if I've ever displayed my actual artwork on this channel. I think I save it for like patrons and Facebook fan page stuff. So you guys might get a video of like some of the stuff I actually tried on. Hello, you dirty potters. How are you today? Behind me is a little bit of my artwork that I'm actually proud to show you guys. The high majority of my artwork is not bowls and cups and little plates and things like that. The high majority of my artwork is competition pieces, something that gets my name out there. Long story short, I made a couple of these pieces inside of Yoshio's studio, and he just didn't have enough time to really kiln them, and I didn't have enough time to glaze them. I'm really busy, so I just took them home with me. Also, they're really, really big, and they would take up a lot of space inside my kiln. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm just gonna pit fire them. Plus, to be honest with you, I'm kinda having a bad day, and pit fires always make me feel a little bit better. Yeah, Donte, setting things on fire makes everybody feel better. So today we're gonna do a pit fire, but we're gonna do some experimentation with it. Behind me, I have a lot of copper, a lot of alcohol, and a lot of gas. I have a lot of gas too. I'm not gonna wait for it to start a fire naturally. This is getting forced. So firstly, this is some of my actual artwork. This is porcelain slip on top of a very rounded bottleneck vase looking shape right here, and this one is gonna go in. This one right here is a very egg-shaped vase, except for it has a decorational sculptural top. I know a lot of you have never seen me do actual sculpture before, but that's kind of how it looks. These two right here are open-face jars, so you can just stick your hand right in there. I have one to hold my brushes. It looks very nice. I like it a lot, so I decided to make a couple more and sell them off. This thing right here is one of my larger things. This thing is actually almost as large as my elbow right here. This one right here I'm actually quite proud of because it took a lot of effort to make such a tiny hole. And on top of that, I had to carve this in there, and then I had to make the sculptural top, and it fits really, really well, actually. I'm quite proud of this. And the bottom's trimmed. Usually tall pieces like this are difficult to trim, so people don't trim the bottoms. Because they're lazy. Well, I can't really say anything, because, you know, I'm lazy too. What is this stuff over here? I see you asking in the comments below. These two things right here are fire starters. Those are obviously meant for starting fires. This right here is a glass cup. Usually you drink out of this, but we're not doing that today because that would be gross and dangerous. This here is a pound of red iron oxide, and this here is a pound of copper carbonate. Now, I am lying to you because this is clearly more than a pound. If you put these next to each other, you will see that the red iron oxide is about right here, and the copper is way up here. And this, the chemical weight isn't that different. So they gave me a lot more copper carbonate than I actually need, which means we're about to use like this much green. I also have a bunch of leftover wood around my house that I'm totally gonna burn. And some charcoal and some wood chips. I'm honestly just trying to clean out my backyard by burning everything in the backyard. And of course, as always, we have our mulch and our wood chips, the main fire burner. Oh man, I mean, all this is cool, but how am I gonna start the fire without any... Solved. So I've already cleaned the kiln out. Let's go ahead and load this thing up. Okay, so before we light this thing up, here's what I'm doing. I set a bottom layer of campfire fuel, put some pottery there, set another layer on top, put some more fuel in there so it soaks in, then I put another layer, and now this is just all wood. So what I'm doing is I'm laying campfire fuel, pottery, and then more campfire fuel, and I've sprinkled a little bit of cobalt and copper carbonate in the middle of these just in case. Because I want that good color. I'm going to take this brick out right here just for a little bit of air circulation as it warms up. I usually let it go for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours of straight fire, and then I'll seal it to keep in all that good reduction. And let's throw in a couple fire starters. Yep, ho, yeah. Okay, careful. Careful, Donte. Careful, careful. Oh, sweet baby Jesus Christ on a stick.
Careful. Careful. Sweet baby Baby Jesus Christ on a stick.
Okay, well that's lit. I should probably get this away from here. I should get this away from here immediately. I might have put too much campfire fuel. I'm not gonna say I didn't, and I'm not gonna say I did. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that fire right there is a little bit green from the copper, which I'm really liking actually. The whole reason I layered the gas is because half the time I'll start the top layer with gas and campfire fuel, and it will burn, and then the rest of it will just slowly kind of smolder, and I really don't like that. I really like it to be hot down here, have a cooling period, hot right here, have a cooling period, and be hot up here. So after I'm done covering it, at least it'll still keep feeding off of its own smolder, which is why I layer it. So we're just gonna let this burn for about 2 hours, come back, cover it up. Ooh, the smoke is green too, nice.
2 hours later.
Okay, so I just put some more campfire and some more wood in there. So we're gonna see how that goes. I'm really interested to see how that pot right there comes out. And I have a little special treat for it actually. See this? Remember when I was like, hey guys, today we have some of this and a lot of copper carbonate. Well, I bet you were saying to yourself, Dante, what's that for? That looks highly flammable. I saw this on Instagram and I really want to try it now. I'm gonna put a dumb amount of copper carbonate in there and a bunch of rubbing alcohol. Like a lot of rubbing alcohol. So you want to ask me what we're gonna do with this, Matt?
I have a feeling it has something to do with that.
You're right. It has exactly something to do with that.
I have a bad feeling about this.
It's not that bad. Come with me. Uptown girl. She is living in an uptown world.
That's not how that song goes.
Worship the fire. Praise the fire. I'm a little bit scared.
I'm gonna take a step
Yeah,
back.
you might want to take a step back. Yeah.
We should preface this by not telling the kids not to do this.
No one do this. Only me.
Okay.
Only me.
No, we should have started with that. This is like blue flames.
Yep, you can see that green fire in there?
The fuck?
Come on, come on.
This is like some special effects.
I saw someone on Instagram pour like denatured alcohol and some carbonates and oxides and just sprayed it on their piece. And since I don't have a water bottle, I was like, well, F it. Look at this mess you made, Matt. Do you want to do it this time?
Maybe.
Yeah, do it. Okay, do you see those pots right there? And you see that pot right there, right in the middle of the fire?
Okay.
Okay, aim for one of those two and pull your hand back as you dump like that. Ooh. You got some more here. I'll stand back here. You'll be safe. Okay, that was uneventful. That you can really see the green fire now if you look really closely. Yeah, there it goes. That's that green goodness right there. This is copper carbonate, so this is only green. I put a little bit of blue down there, but I highly doubt it's gonna do any blue. So I'm really hoping for some green on this white clay and some green on the brown clay. Okay, don't pour it in here when I'm next to it. What the flips?
Six hours later.
Dante, don't stick your hand in the fire. Shut up, you're not my dad. A little drink? Is it a little tiny drink?
That's a bad idea.
Says you? Swag. I can hear the YouTube comments now, like, no, don't do it.
You hear a lot of things saying no, don't do it.
Shut up, Steve.
It's not even many. Woo!
Tomorrow.
Okay, it is now the morning time and we gotta get this over with because I am hungry. If you look really closely, you can see smoke still coming from them. That was like 12 hours ago. See, here's the messed up thing. This came out fine. The color on this is fantastic. I like this monochromatic stuff right here. I got some right here. There's a nice line of divide. There's good color here. The front, it looks fantastic. I might see if I could put something inside there. But then when I fired the lid, it just gave up on life. Like, it just was like, nope, don't want to turn any of this color. And the same thing happened with this piece. This piece right here is gorgeous. Look at it. I didn't even try and make it this way. But it came out nice, greens, reds. Again, this monochromatic stuff from the gasoline or the campfire I used right there. Look, right there is gorgeous. And then all of a sudden you put the top on and you're like, oh, what happened? I'm gonna refire those two tops because that's not proper. These came out as expected, of course. I'm gonna seal these up and they're gonna be nice jars or something to put all your crap in. But they're open face so that way you can grab things very easily out of them. So I'll probably seal those two right now and let them be. And I don't know what to make of this one, because this one didn't get any good color on the distinctive front. Like, this is the front. Clearly, this is the front of the bottle. And then the back got, like, all the good color, if you could call it that. And then the front got, like, crap again. So, I don't know. I think I might refire this, and this, and see how that goes. Because those two right there got the most attention. Like, every time I poured oxides or carbonates on any of the pit fire, that and that were the things that I poured it on. Or anytime that I sprinkled anything, those are the two things that it got. And so those kind of got rejected, so I'm lucky that these two came out good and that one didn't. But I put those lids in hot spots and I'm super pissed about them. Okay, well thank you guys very much for coming out and seeing me. I really appreciate that you watch my videos. My fan base has grown like by the hundreds each and every month, and I love that so much. Thank you guys for watching this video. And especially to my beautiful Patreon supporters. There's no way I'd be able to build this kiln or have these materials behind me if I didn't have patrons. So thank you guys. A special thank you to you guys. Okay, I'm getting really hungry and I might burn a town down if I don't get some food. So I will see you Dirty Potters next week. It's kind of like twins, you know, when they're like, you're clearly born by the same clay, you're clearly born by the same person, and you're clearly born by the same fire. But one of you clearly came out more attractive than the other one, even though you're twins.